How's it going this evening? Oh, I'm surviving. I just played volleyball for the first time in 15 years, so I'm sore, but I am ready to rock. I'm feeling rough. Yep, yep. No, you're good. Let me get my Chrome open. I usually use Edge because I use it for work. Um, but it doesn't work in Edge, so I've got to I have to use Chrome to use the stream together. What do you use? Oh, I've never used that. I've heard of it, but I've never used it. I like Edge a lot. Yeah, no, Edge is great. Internet Explorer was trash, but Edge has been absolutely fantastic. That was because of me. We uh we played his mono green deck and we started playing against Caves and he's like, I'll change my name if we lose, and we lost. So here we are. It was a good time. Sure, Tread is on. Okay, it should all be good now. Nah, Edge is great, Calper. Edge is great. Nice. Oh, mm-hmm. That's funny. My cats love to take my chair when I start standing, and they'll just sit there and start sleeping in my chair. So, I mean, obviously, I can no longer sit when that happens. So, them's the rules. No, I said that's them's the rules. If the cat steals your chair, you're stuck. They do. They sure do. The mono green deck's not terrible. We had real bad luck with it, but Calper's putting up them results. He did. Okay. Gotcha. I would not play Golgari. Not a chance. I think that's a poor decision. All right. So is this your current list? All right. Well, let me import it real quick. Makes it a little easier for me to look at and see what we got. No Kaitos, huh? I don't hate that. I I did try Sage of the Skies and Jeskai because for the same reasons you just said, it's really good in the aggro matchups, I think, but it ended up being kind of lackluster, so I ended up cutting it. I was playing one in the main and one in the board because it's also like really cute to bring back with Shiko because it automatically gives you the 2/2/3s. But it felt it just never felt great. Like it felt like any 3-drop at that point would have been good, but that for the Sage of the Sky to be good, you had to have something else also. I feel like just playing a third preacher is probably better, but I've never played it in the Pixie Shell, so I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it is good. Like I feel like it might be better in the Pixie Shell because you can also like rebounce it and replay it, the real side of it. Oh yeah, fair, fair. It's also pretty good in the mirror too. Like 2/3 body is pretty strong playing against Pixie because all their other bodies are 2/2s. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. The one that has the keyword, you can grab it from the graveyard and give your creature one of the things as well. The renew. Yeah. I have had a hard time wanting to play cards with double pit mana costs in the Pixie deck also. You're so equally spread across all mana that it's tough to want to play double in any of the pips. Yeah, Defiled Crypt I think is fine. And Temp Lockdown I think you have to play just because it's so powerful. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was very teched against the aggro decks, wasn't it? I don't know how I feel about Spell Pierce anyway. How has Spell Pierce been for you? It's been like hit or miss for me in the Pixie lists. Has it like been pretty decent in the main? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, also if, like tags a stock up or something, it's huge. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think it's in a pretty good spot right now. Probably about as good a spot as Spell Pierce has been in standard. I think it's very good. Oh no, that's a bad magic card. We don't play that magic card. It does have pretty art. It does have really pretty art. I would minimum be playing one Lauren. Mainly, like, Lauren's really good in these shells. I would almost not hate playing one in the main, depending on what we expect the meta to be, because, like, being able to bounce Lauren and get the repeated effects of the enchantment disruption is huge. Also, you can, like, buy back Lauren with the Filed Crypt, because those are going to come in the same matchups most of the time. Yeah, I think if you were going to cut anything for a Lauren in the main, it'd either be the Sage of the Skies or like the Grim Bauble would be like the two cards I would look at to potentially cut. I think everything else is pretty reasonable. Two Restless Reef. You're down to 5 Pain lands. I don't hate that. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't hate that at all. I wonder if your island is just supposed to be a plains. That's the only other question mark I'd have, is if you're supposed to be playing a plains instead of the island. But I don't, because you've got, right now you've got 15, I guess all the pips are, that's the problem with this Pixie deck. All the pips are so similar that it's really tough to decide what you want for what your two basics should be. True, and we're not looking to play white pips on, like, white spells on 1. We're looking to play white spells on 2 and 3. So I would probably be leaning more towards playing the plains at this point. Probably. Especially before the temp lockdown on the board. Like, hedging more towards that if we... Because that's like a pretty important piece. Mm-hmm. Got a last minute audible to Abzan for dignity. I like it. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, I agree with that, C guy. I feel like not playing a plains is probably rough if you're expecting, especially if that mono white Ugin deck's actually good. Yeah, mono white Ugin. I don't know if you've seen. I think it top 4'd the last challenge, and Wildman was playing it most of his stream today. But the deck looks like legitimately reasonable against most of the meta. We can play test against it. I played a little bit of it on my last stream to end the stream out. It's pretty amusing. Yes, I'm still on Jessica. My mana base is drastically different than what it was last time we played, but yes, I am still on Jeskai. I like my mana base way better than what the mana base was in the other build. I don't know if you've seen. I'm gonna save your deck here, but I'll send you my list, my current list. I'll export it to you. But I think my mana base is significantly better than what it was before. Yes, if you can cast your spells in this deck, the deck feels like it's like 65 to 70% against the field. But the problem is, about 25% of the time you can't cast your spells, so makes it really hard to play Magic. But I think I found a good shell here. Yeah, so this is the list that I like right now. I've done a lot more like little tweaking with it, and I think this is where I'm gonna probably be or pretty close to it. Yeah, but we're running a lot less Verges. I'm only playing, I think, like 6 Verges now. I'm playing a bunch of the speed lands instead. Yes, this list should be on my Untapped. Oh, maybe. I don't know what. Ah, fools. Why would it do this to me? Change the equation is cracked. I've almost put it in the main instead, Dispelling Exhale. I don't think that's correct for your deck. But, change the equation is very, very good. No, I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Like, some people are playing Pyroclasm, but I think that's wrong. Other than that, correct. So really, the red, like if it wasn't for Shiko, this deck would just be blue-white control. But I think Shiko's powerful enough that you want to make it a chess guy. That I agree, a Braid has been mid, but I feel like you still want one, just like one destroy artifact effect in the main. I don't like it. I don't. I hate that it's there, but I feel like it has to be there. I thought about playing an exercise in the main, but I feel like it just needs to be an instant. I think all my 2-drops just need to be instants. But I don't like it. Arbor Elf's cracked. Yeah, I'm assuming so. Utopia Sprawl also is a pretty messed up Magic card. This deck actually could play Mystic Monastery, but no, we don't play High Noon because it messes with our Shiko and it gets taken out by the temporary lockdown. So, like, I don't think it's worth playing High Noon in here, as much as I would love to. Just for fun, it feels really good. So I've really liked Rediscover Raccoon. I think it allows you to push pressure a lot better in like the mirrors and into the mid-range matchups. It allows you to actually like finish the game pretty quickly. And the Planeswalkers have been really good. I think a 1-1 split between them is pretty nice. It's better than the Jeskai Revelation's been. Jeskai Rev has been pretty bad. No, I think I'm ready to hit it. If you're ready to hit it, we can play a couple 3-round matches with both our picks for the tournament, and then we can go from there. So I think that player skill in this matchup is really, really dependent on who's favored in the matchup. Honestly, that's what I've noticed. Is like usually the better player ends up winning for the most part. Depending on how like the curves and stuff line up. Like the Pixie deck can just run you over sometimes, but it just kind of depends on where it's at. But I feel very favored in this matchup, probably like 65% to 70%. Hey Kindle, how are you doing tonight? Oh, you had 2? That's just rude. Jeskai's not cheap. Yes, no, that's 100% fair. I understand that. This deck just feels like the best mid-range deck. It's definitely like more leaning towards the control side, but it feels like the best mid-range / control deck in the format. I would recommend it, Kindle. Like Jeskai is, I think, probably one of the top 3 decks right now. It definitely looks like that looking at the challenges. The deck's been putting up some absurd results. That's the one thing I'm worried about playing Esper Pixie, because I know that matchup has always historically been kind of rough for Pixie, so it's kind of tough to be playing against that deck pretty frequently. Yes, I would pick up the Nightmare. Yeah, and they're also losing some of the fast lands too. Yeah, I think so. I am very irritated with how the lands are going to rotate, because we're also going to lose half the verges when the rotation happens for the verges too. It's so strange. I think it's a little sooner than that. It's when Edges of Eternity drops. I guess I'm not 100% sure when Edges actually drops. I'm not sure. Someone said it was July 29th on my Discord. That seems really soon. Actually, I would believe that, because we're getting the next set in June. That actually might be right. I bet you June 20 or July 29th is right. It's such a good product. I wish they would do them more often. I wish they'd do them for basically every format. Yeah, well, they've done them for Modern before, just at like a really cheap point, where they did it. They did like an Infect deck, and they did Pure Steel Paladin deck, I think. But I mean, it's been a long time since they've done that. Yeah, probably. If you're gonna like for sure cast both, you probably should just kill Beza main phase. Sweep them all up. That's such a sick line, being able to put the card I want in the graveyard to pick it up with Shiko. Ah, rude. That was a good draw step. Let's go ahead and swing. Yeah, Shiko will probably be able to close out the game depending on what you find. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think one more draw is reasonable. You drew a creature line too, so it's like not the worst. Yeah, if it was the Restless Reef, it would have been a little better. Hey, thank you, high school teacher, for the 7 months of Prime sub. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I hope you're having a good night. There you go. That should give it to you. What am I doing here? I don't want these. I want to keep one in, I think, if I remember right. Sideboard like that. It's like having one Eternal Wanderer in here. Preacher's fine. I don't think it's like bad, but it's like kind of mopey. I would cut Sage. Yeah, it's like not a great card. Also, like a 2/3 is not a whole lot of pressure that you've got to also set up. 2/2/3 is like okay, but yeah, I wouldn't have Sage in this matchup for sure. We said Monument in against the control decks, basically mainly for the mirror, just so that the mirror matches don't take 700 years, because they're a slog. I also had to turn my music down as well. Yes, I did. I need to get it set up. It doesn't look terribly difficult. I just need to set it across the time and actually do it. Yeah, then they when we ever had a shared chat, they just go through both. I think I like where I got this at. Seems fine. No, it's not a hopeless nightmare. I'll take it. Ugh. Honestly, surprised they're playing 𝔹𝕃. Usually they're on the other one. They're on 𝔹𝕃. I think is usually there's like two in most sideboards for Jeskai. I personally think it's a mistake to play it in there. It doesn't really do anything for you. Yeah, I think getting Kaito down is definitely well worth. Like, replace itself also right away if it does die. That's a card that's hard for me to answer, like, cleanly. I just have Get Lost as the only, like, clean answer to it. I guess one of those two. Yeah, Tishana is also a good answer to it. I agree. If you're going to play one of the two, you should play 𝔹𝕃, Ignis, but I don't think either of them is correct in the Jeskai board. I don't think you need them. Yes. Yes, I do. I think we played against the Black-White Pixie list like 4 or 5 times on stream, C-Guy, and that matchup is really good for us, really bad for the Black-White deck. They don't have, without having Kaito and Storm Chaser's talent and cards like that, it's really tough for that deck to win. The deck's good. It's really good in the aggro decks, but I think that it almost auto loses to all the control decks, so I wouldn't want to play it. Do you have Spell Pierce just to tap me out? Oh, yeah, Spell Pierce and negate. Yes, and you're forced to Spell Pierce too. Yeah, I think it's probably worth to keep your Kaito alive. We side in the monuments only against the control and like the really heavy mid-range decks. So like control, either the mirror, blue-white control, or domain are the matchups we side in the monuments for. It doesn't actually matter either way. I would probably do negate first to force me to cast a spell, because I have a Dispelling Exhale in hand. That way you guarantee get a card out of my hand for it. Otherwise you just lose 2 cards for nothing. Because, like, if you Spell Pierce and I just pay for it and then you negate, then you get a 2 for... Like, this is a 2 for 2. The other way, it's a 2 for 1 in my favor. Aw, I hit Behold the Dragon. It didn't do it. Stupid game. We'll pretend I did, yes. That was the correct line, was to Behold the Dragon. Yeah, honestly, this turn, it might have been correct for you to... I don't know what's in your hand, but it might have been correct to fire up that Restless Reef to get me 4 more. Put me to 7. Depending on, like, what the context of the rest of your hand is. It's either that or you might want to buy back. Which it might... I think the actual correct line was to buy back your Spell Pierce. That way if I play Shiko to buy back the Lightning Helix, I can't kill your thing. I think that was the right line, actually. Like, I still need to draw an untap land because I missed a land drop, but that being said, it very well could be the top card of my deck. I can kill Kaito if I draw a land because I have a Lightning Helix in the graveyard. So Shiko can buy it back. Do I gain 4 life here? Is that better than just Meringue? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I have to Beza. I think I have a choice. Yeah, that's probably fine. Keeps me from getting the 2 fish. Yeah, so Monument can be bought back with Shiko, and there's no lockdowns post board either, King. Like, no one's going to keep lockdown in against this deck post board. Could have been an argument to bounce Kaito there, too, to reset its loyalty. I don't think that actually might have been better. Yeah, I think that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, because you know I have the mana for Shiko now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, you can if you want. I wouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I think you're supposed to counter anything you can here, but I don't know for sure because you're starting to get further behind as the game goes on. I don't know if allowing me to draw 2 cards is a winning line for you. Especially because you know I'm trying to find land drops to be able to play other spells in my hand. But this also kind of shows you that I probably either have another Shiko or another way to answer that Kaito, is why I didn't pull back the 1 Lightning Strike out of my graveyard. Yeah. Correct. And I did waste a treasure to be able to get Shiko down. As many bodies as you can. I did. I did find myself a land. Yep, you got lethal. You gotta animate the Restless Reef. Yeah. Oh, that's right. They're on Saturday. I was gonna say the RC here starts on Saturday at 10. I think the RC Mini. I think so. Yeah. It sure does. It sure does. I think a lot of the times it's because the convention halls don't let them get in much earlier than 9. So the Minneapolis one, the big one that's downtown, like the 3-story one. I think. I guess I assume it is. I haven't actually looked to see where it's at. I just assumed it was at that one. That's usually where it's at when it's in Minneapolis. Yeah, I think 2 is good. Hey, Roseberry, how's it going tonight? So it's another like one of removal spell because like it was the third Get Lost, but I feel like having one destroy evil is better in most scenarios because it destroys pretty much everything Get Lost is going to destroy, but doesn't give them map tokens. I have a firm distaste for that card. Get Lost is not a great Magic card, but is a necessary evil. My elk. I would not do good at that one. Oh my god, March of Otherworldly Light would be cracked. That card would be so good in this deck. Yeah, no, it's reasonable. That's fine. No, no, just a few chunks here and there. You're back to Mono Red Sky. Mono Red's a heck of a drug. It's a good deck. Yeah, Black White Pixie is a really strong deck against the other aggro decks. It's just not, I don't think, ideal against the field as a whole. Yeah, the Esper Mana base is not good. Very good. Yeah, I'm liking the changes so far. They've been nice. They've been really good. So like Kaito is still an issue. Not being able to kill a Kaito is a problem. That's a tough, King. That's tough. Destroy my rediscover the way. That's not very nice. I do have a lot of good options. When it works, King. If that happens to you, it feels terrible. But the problem is the deck's just very inconsistent. Same. I think that card's really cool. Yeah, I agree. I don't think the deck's like very consistent or good. Yes. I've been drawing real rough. Like I looked at like 14 cards there and was not drawing well. Yeah, and you drew like finding your Kaitos as both those post score games on turn 3 was really good, especially for only playing 2. You do. I was fighting with my mana a little bit. That's what this deck problems with. Like if you're fighting with your mana, it's so tough to win. Yep, I'm ready to shoot another one. Alright, this hand is good. (14-3) with 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 today, huh? Or 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻? That's pretty cool. Oh, you got a spicy one, huh? I feel like it is best for me to do this.